Welcome back to our midweek Ranger Athletics show. We hope you had a wonderful holiday break. We want to wish you a happy new year. As some of us were taking breaks and some time off, our athletes definitely weren't. We've got a lot of different programs to talk about and some successes that they're having over the past couple of weeks. Then we've got a really awesome interview between Coach Hill and Coach Atkins, our girls soccer coach, talking about what the season looks like for them and the Big Ranger Classic tournament coming up this weekend. And then I'll be back to finish up with what you can look forward to in this next week. So over break, both of our basketball programs continued to compete throughout district. Our girls team is currently 2-2 in district. They had a huge win last night here at Smithson Valley against New Braunfels. An awesome game, really down to the last minute or two. Gabby Elliott scored 19 points, but what Coach Sutherland was really excited about is sophomore Allison Howe and freshman Mia Perez were able to combine for 31 points, and he said that that's what made the difference against the Unicorns last night. Our boys basketball teams played 2 district games. They're 1-1. They also had a huge win against our New Braunfels Unicorns last night at New Braunfels. They won 71-64. Coach Thornton wanted to give a shout out to Braden Lewis and Gabe Ceballos. He said that they have really stepped up. Gabe's playing great defense. He's always guarding the other team's best players. He's really done a great job shutting them down, and he just wanted to give those two some kudos for the job that they're doing. Moving into wrestling, our girls are phenomenal. They played in the Grapevine Invitational this past weekend. Both Sage Binka and Selena Cifuentes Schaefer are still undefeated. They've competed 6 times and they've got 6 gold medals to show for it. Girls soccer and boys soccer also practiced all Christmas break. They had quite a few scrimmages. Both coaches are really happy with the progress they're seeing from the teams. They started their preseason. Girls suffered a tough loss last night versus O'Connor, and the boys lost to a very talented team this past Monday against Reagan. But sometimes that's necessary in preseason, and both the coaches still have really positive outlooks about what's to come. Speaking of soccer, let's head out to Coach Hill and Coach Atkins and learn a little bit more about our girls soccer program.
Thanks, Coach Miller, and welcome to all our Ranger fans to our midweek coaches show. As we've done each Wednesday throughout the course of the winter and now on into the spring semester, we bring in one head coach of an ongoing sport and kind of talk about his or her sport, what's going on, what's the future looks like, and what the outlook is. Today we're here with Coach Jason Atkins. He's our head girls soccer coach and has been for how many years now, Coach?
20 years. 20
years. So I thought I was the only old guy, but I guess Coach Atkins is getting into that too. But it's our head girls soccer coach. We're kind of into week 1. We've had some scrimmages. We're starting games, and so, Coach, what's the outlook? I mean, what does it look like for our girls this year?
Well, I mean, we went through our 3 scrimmages, played some really good top quality competition. We played Dripping Springs. They won state last year in 5A, and we beat them and played really well. Played O'Connor last night, didn't do so hot.
Right.
And I think sometimes, you go into seasons ranked in the city and ranked in the region and all that stuff, and you still got to show up and play games. And we didn't do so well last night, but we'll right the ship and start a tournament this week on Thursday, and we'll go from there.
Well, we do. That's next on the immediate horizon. We host the Ranger Classic this week.
Yes, sir. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we host the Ranger Classic. We got 8 varsity teams, 4 JV teams coming out. But it should be a good top quality competition. We have, I think, 5 out of the 6 teams that are coming besides us are playoff teams, so it should be a good competition.
Coach Atkins, you mentioned the preseason. We have a tournament this weekend. I know we have another tournament or 2 and some non-district games, but eventually we'll get to the games that matches that count. Smithson Valley's a perennial playoff team. We feel like we'll be in that mix again, but who do we got to beat to get to where we want to go? Let's start in district play.
I think Steele's a team besides us. Last couple years, Steele and ourselves obviously have been at the top of the district, and I think it'll be a tough battle between us two. I think we tied last year the first game and beat them the second game in one district, but Steele's a team to beat, I think. I think everybody coming into this year, even the people that aren't in our program and out in the city are picking Steele to be a perennial long playoff run team,
right?
And so I think they're the team to beat. Obviously in our district everybody wants to beat us, right? So we're going to get the best out of everybody. So
well, now if we're fortunate enough to do what we think we can do, hope we'll do, and get in the playoffs, I mean, who else throughout Region 4 are the other threats? You mentioned Steele; they're obviously in the mix. We're in the mix. Who else?
Reagan, obviously over there in Northeast is always a top team. Lee over there in Northeast as well. You got Clark that's playing in that district now, but it's a North Side team. I think are
right.
Those three teams. Us, Steele, I think are the teams that kind of beat in the city in the area.
And those guys are potential first-round opponents. The way the districts are stacked, 27 plays 28. And so, we got a tough district and got to beat Steele to get where we want to be. But then we may run into one of those you mentioned pretty quick.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the way the districts match up, but it is what it is. You got to play the best to be the best,
that's
right?
Exactly right. Coach, as we've just discussed, we're looking at a long playoff run, or certainly hopeful to get where we want to go. Who are some of the players that Ranger fans ought to be looking for? Obviously, it's going to take us all to get to achieve our goals, but who are some of the key returning players that we ought to be on the lookout for?
We got a senior, Melina Martinez. She's a 4-year starter for us in the goal. She's our goalkeeper, and going to play college ball at Angelo State. She's a huge player for us and great leader, captain for 2 years, and I think holds it down for us defensively and organizes us defensively and be huge for us this year.
Okay.
Sabrina Tabor, she's a junior this year. I think she's got some looks, D1, Cincinnati, and TCU and that kind of thing, and she was our leading goal scorer the last 2 years, her freshman and sophomore year. So I think she's another big player for us, and hopefully she gets it done.
Well, good. We'll be on the lookout for those and all of our Ranger girls soccer players, and we'll be broadcasting a couple of our games a little bit later in the year. I think our senior night and hopefully some of our playoff matches, and Ranger fans will be on the lookout for that. And meanwhile, we hope you'll come out to the stadium and support these girls, and looking forward to a great year. And as always, go Rangers.
Thanks, Coach Hill and Coach Atkins. We look forward to watching our girls soccer team play in their Ranger Invitational this weekend. Moving into this next week, both girls and boys basketball continue district. They both play against Clemens this Friday. The girls will be at Clemens High School. Varsity plays at 7 with sub-varsities before that. And you can catch our boys here at home versus Clemens on Friday. Varsity plays at 7, and you can catch the sub-varsity games before that. Our wrestling team takes off Wednesday and heads to Hayes High School, where they'll compete against Cornerstone and Hayes. And then they leave Friday and Saturday to the Sci Fair tournament. So we wish them the best of luck. Our swim team has a big week coming up. Friday, they'll be at the Northeast Progressive Invite held at the NEISD Natatorium. And then Saturday, you can find them at the NISD meet held at the Northside Natatorium. Boys soccer is going to head up to the Woodlands for their first tournament this weekend, the Kilt Cup. So we look forward to keeping up with them, and we'll fill you in on how they do next week. And then as Coach Atkins said, our girls soccer team will be here this weekend hosting the Ranger Invitational. So we look forward to seeing you guys out there supporting our Ranger soccer team. Thanks for everything. Go Rangers.